What is up, everybody? It is Mike and Nick here with CST, and we're about to give you our breakdown for UFC 310. Super excited about it. How are you doing today, Nick?
I'm good. I'm a little bothered by the headline. It says Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Belal Muhammad. And I got into the studio after you. So, Phil, you motherfucker, it's Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Garry, y'all, just so we're all aware. Forgive us for the typo. It's been a few weeks, man. It's good to see you, Mike. It's good to hear your voice, man. I enjoy doing these podcasts with you. I wish we could do more of them. Wish we would have done a PFL one, bro. I would have fucking.
I know.
I would have wrecked that shit. It was.
I know.
Insane.
It caught me by surprise, man. I mean, we were both sick last week, but I was just so sick. It's Thursday, and I love PFL, and I was like, it was like Wednesday night, and I'm like, bro, what the PFL is on Friday? I was tripping, bro. I had to work 17 hours on Friday too. I was not happy about it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I can't believe how long that fight card went. Every fucking fight felt like it dragged ass, except for, and then even then, in between fights, they just took fucking forever. This is my first time this week looking at these lines for the UFC 310 card, and I gotta say, there's a few lines that are quite surprising to me.
I haven't looked at them yet, bro. I always look at them first. Should I be the one to not look at them this time?
Yeah, don't look at them this time. I'll read them as they go along, and we'll kind of make our predictions from there.
All right.
Because a few of them really surprised me or kind of throwing me off. But I guess we can jump right into it. First fight, this will be a quick one we buzz through, is Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Lucas Bresky. Before I give you any lines, thoughts on the fight?
I'm conditioned Nzechukwu, my boy. Not my boy, though, because he constantly underwhelms. If I had to guess, I'm saying he's a heavy favorite, minus 700.
Good call. He's a minus 550, and Lucas Bresky is a plus 410, which, what up, TJ, our boy? Love you, brother. I will say this, bro. Fucking laying almost 6-1 juice on Kennedy is fucking asinine.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'll never. I didn't bet on him against OSP, and I'll not bet on him now. I mean, to be fair, though, Kennedy Nzechukwu, although was fighting at light heavyweight, in my opinion, overall, he's just a bigger guy than Bresky. And as he's been getting fit into his heavyweight form, he's going to be faster. He's going to be more technical. I mean, it should be pretty clear cut. I would think that Kennedy Nzechukwu is in a spot here to get a finish. But that being said, at those odds, I don't think it doesn't matter what the odds are. I don't know if I'll ever bet on Kennedy Nzechukwu.
If I'm being honest with you, I hope that we get an over-under on this fight at 1.5. Because I like the over-under realistically. I mean, Kennedy Nzechukwu doesn't have good boxing, and it seems like that Lucas Bresky struggles with guys with as good boxing such as a Mick Parkin and a Waldo Acosta-Cortez. And I think Kennedy doesn't hit as hard as either Waldo Acosta or Mick Parkin, quite frankly. I hope we get over 1.5 in this fight when the odds do drop for that, and especially if it's at plus money for a heavyweight fight like they usually are. I'll take that shit. Lucas Bresky, I couldn't take a dog shot on because he's fucking garbage. He plods forward and he literally runs into punches in the face. And this isn't Bolton Walker, who I think is absolute dog shit. At least Kennedy has a little bit of life to him. So in terms of betting, I would bet the over, especially if it comes over to 1.5. Blaine, what's up, Brody? If you guys have a chance, go check out Blaine's fight library. Great YouTube channel and a really, really dope Twitter too as well. His Twitter account's a shit. Even though Blaine, you don't follow me back. I don't understand, bro. I don't understand what I did wrong to you, brother.
Yeah, Blaine, I'm about to follow you now, bro. I'm gonna still follow you.
I do follow you, and you don't follow me back. I'm a little butthurt about that, but life happens. Life happens.
I'm gonna follow you, and let's see if you follow. Wait, Blaine Henry TFL.
I don't know the actual app, but I'll pull it.
Yeah, I think this is it. Fight Library, Violence, Rubik's Cube.
Give him a shout out one time for the people, my boy Mike.
How do I follow you? How do I not follow you back? I comment all the time. Mike, you owe me a follow. TJ, you never even followed me, bro. You never even told me. I just follow.
I love you, Blaine. You're the fucking man, bro. You literally, I'm not saying this, man. When you jump on video and you break down things, bro, you're one of my favorite people to listen to, Blaine. So keep doing what you're fucking doing, bro. For real.
I just followed Blaine. Let me follow TJ. TJ, where are you at, bro? I don't even know if you followed me.
I'll send you TJ's. It's T Naroloski 22, I believe. So next fight, which these odds blew me the fuck away. Chase Hooper versus Clay Guida. Like, dude. No, Phil. I'm not Phil. I'm Nick. Nick Saban at Nick Saban. Saban. It's like a play on. That's hilarious. It's a play on the coat.
We're Mike and Nick. Michael Aquino just followed you. And TJ, drop your Twitter in the chat.
That's funny. Am I the only one kind of flabbergasted by the Chase Hooper Clay Guida odds? I understand that Chase Hooper should be a big favorite, but a minus 1,000 to Clay Guida at plus 650. All right, let me kind of break down my thoughts on Clay Guida. Clay Guida is one of the funniest people to me ever because he moves his head so much, but has almost zero head movement. Let me tell you what I mean by that. He will always take his head off a line, left, right, left, right, left, right, but he'll keep it in such a pattern that you can time the pattern completely. Clay Guida really shoots in with his face now. I guess this fight really is pretty cut and dry. If Chase Hooper gets this fight down, I see him blocking up a body triangle, turning the back, and finishing it via ground and pound. The odds haven't dropped via, submission, via finish, via knockout, yet. Chase Hooper inside the distance is probably going to be a minus 300, so the double chance isn't going to be worth it. I would not doubt, though, if Chase Hooper knockout money is over plus 3-1. And give me that. Chase Hooper has incredible ground and pound. And the one thing about Chase Hooper's ground and pound that I love is it's almost EPO-like. Once he systematically starts breaking you down, he doesn't stop punching. And he doesn't even seem to. He's okay with finishing with the hands as compared to fishing for submission. So personally, big fan. And yeah. Why does the title say a Belal? It's Ian Garry. Thank you, Jordan. If you were there, for the first, 2 seconds of the video, you would have saw that I pointed out that the title also bothered me. It should be Ian Garry. I just jumped into the studio and started talking. My apologies. Thanks for being there with us, though, Brody. So yeah, I like Chase Hooper via knockout. I think he's gonna take his back flat him, beat him to dog shit. And just for everyone jumping in now, yes, we know it's Ian Garry versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. Stay for my incredible opinion on that fight. I know it's gonna rub some of you fools the wrong way. So, what you think of Big Mike on Clay Guida versus Chase Hooper?
I mean, I like Chase Hooper here too. Clay Guida isn't necessarily the easiest guy to submit, obviously, but the thing is, you would expect Clay Guida is going to be chain wrestling in this fight. And I feel like that's a very dangerous game to play with a guy like Chase Hooper. And at this, just like you said, double chance, probably not necessarily going to be worth it. Chase Hooper likelihood to get a sub, I would say it's pretty high, but at the same time, as we saw against Borshev, he was beating the dog shit out of him, and he TKO'd Borshev, and they just would not stop the fight. So he ended up having to submit him, which actually helped me because I didn't take him by knockout, and you sniped that out, and you should have won that bet. Chase Hooper is a freaking spark plug. That dude is cardio. He doesn't stop. He's a lot younger. I love Clay Guida. He's a legend of the game, but I would have to say it's going to be Chase inside the distance.
Yeah, I think Chase inside the distance is the play. TJ says Chase by knee bar. Seeing how quickly that Clay Guida gave up to Claudio Puelles via knee bar was very interesting. I can just see at some point Clay Guida is a stubborn vet, which means he probably gives up his neck and gets the submission before he gets the knockout. But, man, he's probably going to go out on a shield here. I think this is Clay Guida's final fight, and I'm taking when the chances and the odds come around, Chase Hooper by knockout, especially if they're over 3-1 odds. Shout out to the CST head honcho, our boy Phil. What's up, baby?
Also, TJ, if you have BetMGM, I believe BetMGM has actual specific submission lines. So
TJ has BetMGM. Trust me, brother. TJ got
that can be a plus 1,100.
Nah, bro. TJ, don't be a fucking sucker. Do not take the submission method. Especially by knee bar, I'd be fucking crying. Michael Chiesa versus Max Griffin. Do you want to go first in talking about this fight?
Yeah, this fight is actually, I can't lie, I've been flipping back and forth on it. I wouldn't be surprised if the odds are very close. I think I heard somebody say Chiesa was a slight dog. I do think that in the striking department, Max Griffin is, of course he's going to be better there. But Michael Chiesa is not bad. He has some pretty solid wins, RDA. There was another one that had impressed me right around that time. He went the distance with Sean Brady. Obviously, he got finished by Kevin Holland.
He had
the
a
new
good third
Darce
round
name.
against Sean Brady too. His third round against Sean Brady was pretty impressive. And
Yeah,
he had that decision win against Neil Magny. I mean,
yeah, that's what it was.
Neil
It was
Magny
Magny.
wasn't the complete corpse. So, TJ's thinking about sprinkling $5 on a knee bar. If it's good odds, that's actually worth it. What's up, Patrick? So far, we got, if you're looking for what our thoughts on bets are, I have Chase Hooper by knockout over Clay Guida. Mike likes Chase Hooper inside the distance. We didn't really care too much about Kennedy and Jekwu and Lucas Bresky, but if the line drops for over 1.5 rounds on that, especially at plus money, I like that a lot. It's going to be a slow plotting fight. You're going to hear a lot of boos to open up the card. I almost guarantee it. So
I think want to go Max Griffin, but like something's
really,
yes.
And I haven't been impressed by Max Griffin. I thought he lost the Jeremiah Wills fight. I thought that was, felt pretty clear here. He looked like dog shit against Tim Means too, as well.
That's why I'm thinking about
Max Griffin. Max Griffin doesn't punch hard enough for me to think that Michael Chiesa is going to be scared to keep his ass off of him. Michael Chiesa is a better cage wrestler, and I think the moment this fight gets to the ground, I think it's like a worlds of difference, like a tier of difference of fighter. And even money, it's even money right now. It's minus 115, minus 115 on DraftKings.
Oh, wow.
I want to doubt if you can catch Michael Chiesa at dog money somewhere else. Give me Michael Chiesa. I know Michael Chiesa, I mean, his wins are against guys like Tony Ferguson and Neil Magny, but he's fighting way better competition in the Sean Brady's of the world. So, and even his RDA win is something still of impressive because that was RDA coming up that was on a little bit of a streak at 170. So, give me Michael Chiesa. I think Michael Chiesa could win this by submission. I think he could win it by decision. Either which way, I think that can happen. And I like Michael Chiesa, and I'm decently confident on it. At even money, it's kind of a hammer spot for me. So, yeah, absolutely. Once I'm done recording, bro, I'll definitely hit you up, bro.
Something that makes me nervous is just the way that Michael Chiesa looked when he was fighting Tony Ferguson. He just did not look like the Michael Chiesa of old, even against the corpse of Tony. I mean, I have been leaning Chiesa as I've thought about it more. When I first saw the matchup, when I was just going over the fights briefly over the weekend, I was like, oh, yeah, Max Griffin. That's close odds. I like that. But at the same time, as the days go on, I just am finding myself more compelled to take Chiesa in terms of like Max Griffin's finishing upside. I feel like it's not going to be super high here. I don't think he's going to put Chiesa out cold unless he does, obviously. But I think it could be a grind heavy decision for Chiesa or a late sub.
Yeah, I think we're on the same page in this one. I actually feel pretty decently confident in Chiesa. Which is hard to do for someone that's 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out the other when it comes to commentary and things of that nature. But Chiesa is still coaching. He's still in the gym specifically, and he hasn't been in the commentary booth as much. So with that being said, I'm going to take Chiesa. I DM'd you because I wanted to come say Max Payne Griffin is a lock, especially at that price. I feel like your bias is getting in the way, Patrick. I think I've seen some of your posts. I know you like some, Max Payne Griffin. I know you've probably seen him fight at the Apex once or twice. My boy Patrick here, he's been to the Apex quite a few times, which is pretty dope in terms of like an intimate venue to watch people scrap. But I don't know, man. Max Griffin just hasn't done enough to impress me. I don't think he has enough fuck off power really to stab away Michael Chiesa. And Michael Chiesa's strength of competition, I find a little bit better than Max Griffin's, even though I do respect the guys like Michael Morales of the world. Michael Morales is a very underrated prospect that not enough people talk about. So,
Mike, you look good today, my man. No Jones, no Diddler. Hey, TJ, you always looking good, baby. You already know. All love.
You guys are fucking queers. Holy queer. And that's completely fine with me. Y'all know I'm pro love around here. My roommate's a pan fucker. So, but Jesus Christ. All right, let's get to the next one because I know TJ's going to have a heavy lean here. So if we're just to incorporate the chat here a little bit, Patrick thinks Max Griffin's a fucking lock. I know TJ's lock of the week right here. I can tell you without him even telling me. Joshua Van, Cody Durden. I know my boy TJ loves him some body punching Van. And I'm compelled to ride with my boy. Minus 150 odds for Joshua Van compared to plus 124 for Cody Durden. Yeah, Cody Durden has the upside in the grappling and the wrestling. Great cardio, and his hands are getting better. But is he falling in love with his hands? Because if he does stand and strike with Joshua Van, he loses every minute of this fight. That's just a fact. The minute he gets this fight to the ground, it makes Joshua Van a little bit tough. But Joshua Van scrambles, and he doesn't have bad cardio to continue a scramble too as well. If you saw the Charles Johnson fight, he was scrambling and gambling with Charles Johnson for the first 2 rounds before he got rocked and hurt. I think Joshua Van's also slowly improving. I take a lot of stock into young fighters. Joshua Van's only 23 years old right now. So every time he goes into the gym, he's growing leaps and bounds. As compared to Cody Durden, looks like he's been running 3 washed up, rugged car washes while drinking Budweiser on the weekend every weekend. Not saying he can't get better or he isn't getting better, but give me the younger fighter. Give me the body puncher. Give me the guy that I think is going to have a decent amount of scramble ability. And I like Josh Van, especially if I see Cody Durden take him down early and I see him start to work his way back up. It may be a hammer spot live for me. I definitely know it's a great parlay piece. If I'm looking at my early start to this fight parlay, it would be Chase Hooper by finish and Joshua Van. So give me Joshua Van. I'm with TJ. I feel overly confident, maybe a little too confident, because Cody Durden does have a lot of ways to win this fight. He could grind out a boring ass 3-round decision. But I like Joshua Van via body punching, via anti-grappling. So I'm on the Josh Van train. What you thinking?
I do, although I do agree, Josh Van, the body punches are there.
Speaking of which, this is the pan fucker right here. This is Elias. See that? Nope. Garbage ass grappling. Garbage ass.
Hey, you got muted.
For Josh Van.
Hey, but nah. So with Josh Van, I do know. I mean, Cody Durden's going to be susceptible to the body punches. The only thing is, what's going to happen with the grappling? We saw Josh Van defending a lot of takedowns against Zhalgas Zhumagulov, who I actually think is pretty damn good. Obviously, he's not with the promotion anymore. But Cody Durden, I feel like he has underrated boxing.
On the end of a lot of wrong decisions, low key. Like they didn't give Zhulagulov no love.
Yeah, they don't fuck with him. But Joshua Van, great boxer, definitely the better boxer in this fight. But Cody Durden does have underrated boxing himself. And I feel like, he has cardio. He's going to push a pace. I could see it going similar to the fight with Bruno Silva, where Durden is winning until he's not. And I think we could see that happen here if Joshua Van inflates to maybe like a plus 200, plus 300 live after getting dominated in the first round. But we see that he's not getting close to getting finished. He's standing back up, getting taken down, standing back up. I think we could see a late Josh Van finish or a close 29-28 decision. I'm a lot less confident than you are because I'm nervous about Cody Durden's pressure and his wrestling. This is a toss-up fight for me, and I'm actually very excited and very nervous for the outcome. I like both fighters. I'll be happy no matter who wins. But from a betting standpoint, right now, I got to say I'm a little bit clueless.
This is a good playing the number bet for me too, and it's always interesting to play the number on someone that's more of a favorite or more even money as compared to a dog. I think if we're looking at ways to win the fight, it's super cut dry and it's super linear. It's Cody Durden takes him down, or Cody Durden does what he's been trying to do and try to stand and bang with this guy. And if he stands and bangs with this guy, Joshua Van will find a finish. Shout out to Blaine. Blaine right here says I'm Joshua Van's number 2 sip. Ryan Wag loves him the most. You may have some competition right here with my boy TJ. TJ loves him some Josh Van. Josh Van takedown defense is God's here. Yeah, I like the guy that scrambles gambles. I think he's just going to be improving leaps and bounds. Give me Joshua Van, and I feel pretty confident at it. Playing the number, I think this really should be a 2-1 favorite at bare minimum. So you're giving me Josh Van at minus 150, and I saw the line move from minus 160 to minus 148, literally in the last 40 minutes. So I hope money keeps coming in on Durden, so I'd be more than happy with it. Patrick says, I'm on Durden. I don't think he lets Van get started. I don't want to say he got started against Shirez. It was a weird start. I think someone like Durden recognized that and he has a game plan. The Shirez thing is interesting too as well. When it comes to Shirez, that's someone that has far superior jiu-jitsu grappling than Cody Durden has. Cody Durden has good pressure, pace, and better wrestling. And I think having camps against guys like Charles Johnson, who's a high-pace pressure, someone that can wrestle, and someone against Shirez that has really good just atomical grappling in general, I think those are 2 good camps to get someone like that young Josh Van in the gym and just continuously better. I know I've said it 28,000 times, so I'll say it 28,001 times. Give me Joshua Van, baby. And if we're looking at props, I like round 3 in decision. All right, boys, got a dip. Star Wars watch. Later, Blaine. Appreciate you joining in, brother. Exactly, TJ. Minus 148 right now on DraftKings. It feels like a value spot, and I feel like we may be getting suckered in here, but fuck it. On to the next, baby. On to the next. We have a fight that we discussed pretty decently in depth, so let's burn through this one. Eric Anders versus Chris Weidman. You can go first, good sir. Even money fight, by the way.
Chris Weidman all day, bro. Just like I said last time against Bruno Silva, Chris Weidman does not lose to this caliber of guy. I don't care if he's 40 years old. He's not losing to a guy with the skill set of Eric Anders. Eric Anders is not young himself. He got dropped by Jamie Pickett, barely won a close decision in his last fight. I don't think Eric Anders is putting Chris Weidman out. I don't think he's going to out wrestle him. I think Chris Weidman's going to find himself, a pretty comfortable 30-27 decision. If he doesn't somehow find a TKO, I would not be surprised. But I'm going to go with Chris Weidman by unanimous decision, cut and dry. I don't think Anders can hang with this tier of fighter, even at his old age and bad legs.
I think it's as cut and dry as it gets. I think low volume ass Eric Anders, gas bag ass Eric Anders. Someone 1 foot out the door already when it comes to real estate, as compared to Chris Weidman, who's never 1 foot out the door when it comes to MMA. He sleeps this shit, he breathes this shit, he eats this shit. Football is the worst fucking base for MMA, period. So that's another reason just for me to take Chris Weidman. Give me Chris Weidman by really whatever the fuck he wants. And if he gets this fight to the ground, I would like to see some OG Chris Weidman jiu-jitsu. That would be fucking sick to see some OG old school Sarah Longo jiu-jitsu. I'm excited for the next fight. Brian Battle versus Rude Boy Randy Brown. God, this is a fun fight. You have long front teep kicks and Randy Brown, who has sick grappling, good front chokes. Doesn't necessarily have good wrestling, but good choke series and a good front start series. I love his teep kicks. I love his punches up the middle. But then you have Brian Battle, who stands in a square stance, but always continuously moves forward, solid defensively, but man, offensively, fuck, he is just a tornado, a windstorm. High volume, high pressure, hard cardio, punches the body, kicks the legs. Man, I can't believe it. I'm drinking the juice on this one. Give me Brian Battle. Give me Brian Battle here. I think, which is crazy because if you look at their competition, Kevin Jousset, Ange Lusa, AJ Flesher, Gabe Green is Brian Battle's 4-fight win streak versus Alexi Dos Santos, Muslim Salikov, and Wellington Turman. And Rude Boy Brown's loss was a choke versus Jack Della Magdalena. Rude Boy has the better strength of schedule, I think, by a country mile. I don't even think that's really close. But I just really like what I'm seeing by Brian Battle. I think he found his weight class of 170. This is the fight for a ranking spot. I think Brian Battle gets the number 15 spot here. And I see it being a 29-28 decision. So,
yeah, man, I've been a fan of Brian Battle since the jump, dude. And I'm going to be honest with you. Just saying Randy Brown's fight against Wellington Turman, I'm not going to lie, bro. I had Wellington Turman winning that fight. I think he got lucky with that decision. Obviously, it was close, but Wellington Turman was able to do some good work there. Outside of, I think if Randy Brown is going to win, I feel like it's probably going to be just like he did to Salikov. If he can catch Brian Battle with a good shot, I think Brian Battle could potentially be susceptible to getting rocked. But at the end of the day, he's a volume striker. He has incredible jiu-jitsu. Low key, Brian Battle by submission is something that is really sticking out to me. I believe on best fight odds, it was sitting somewhere around plus 500. And one thing about Brian Battle is he is known to search for a finish. And although Randy Brown is hard to take down, he's tall and he's lengthy. I think Brian Battle could potentially put him down with a shot, get on top, find a submission, or he could get Randy Brown to start shooting on him if he's overwhelming him in the striking department. Randy Brown certainly makes me nervous in this fight because I'm a massive Brian Battle fan, always have been. And the matchup is definitely cause for concern. I'm a little bit nervous for Brian Battle because I do not want to see him lose, especially I don't want to see him get finished. But if I'm trying to think from a logical perspective outside of my own fandom, I do think that Brian Battle has multiple paths to victory here. Whether it's by knockout, submission, or decision, I think he's good around all three. It's tough though. I mean, I'm nervous for the boy, but I'm gonna go with Brian Battle inside the distance. I believe it'll probably be around plus 200. I'm excited, as you could tell.
That's the only thing I don't agree with you on. I don't think he has a chance of submitting Randy Brown. I think Randy Brown has better grappling, long body to negate the grappling in terms in general. I like Randy Brown's pure submission grappling, maybe not his wrestling, especially his front choke series. Yeah, we're usually on the same page, Patrick, but you are playing a little devil's advocate towards me. You're definitely going against me, but that's completely fine because who knows? Maybe we start to edge out and get on the same picks here soon. You never know. There's a lot of card left.
Also,
I think it's a 29-28 fight for Battle, and I can even see it being a split decision and us clinching our butt cheeks a little bit. So I'm going to take Battle by decision, and I think Battle by decision is going to be at like plus 200.
Just to put this out here, I know you just said Randy Brown has better jiu-jitsu, but I mean, even though I don't agree with that, but Jack Della Maddalena dropped Randy Brown and submitted him, So
Yeah, but Jack Della Maddalena is a top 5 welterweight in the world.
I know, but Brian Battle got power in his hands too.
We're talking about a top 5 welterweight in the world, okay? And I really like Brian Battle, but doing against guys like AJ Fletcher, Ange Lusa, and Gabe fucking Green doesn't scream necessarily top 5 welterweight in the world. We have to see a little bit more. We have to see a little bit more. And I'm not saying I don't think Brian Battle doesn't have a high ceiling, because I absolutely think he has a high ceiling. I just have to see it before it happens personally.
I agree with you.
The next fight too, as well, I think is a value pick, which cracks me up. Movsar Evloev versus Aljamain Sterling. Fucking Movsar Evloev is not a minus 500 favorite over Aljamain Sterling. How the fuck does Aljamain Sterling win this fight? Someone fucking tell me, please. Movsar Evloev's going to crack the fuck out of him if they stand in box. What's Aljamain Sterling going to teep kick and jump kick his way to a decision? Okay, he's good at the duck unders and taking the back, but Movsar Evloev's a stupid fucking Russian that's not going to give up his back. He's going to keep his back scraped against the cage, and if they start to scramble, Movsar Evloev no doubt has 3-round cardio to out-scramble and gamble this guy. Aljamain Sterling's a strong motherfucker, but he's nowhere near the striker that someone like Arnold Allen is. I don't fucking understand this line. I feel like we're getting a value pick with Movsar Evloev here at minus 258. And quite frankly, give me Movsar Evloev inside the distance. He was cracking the fuck out of Dan Ige. Could Aljamain Sterling scrap like Dan Ige? Fuck no. Fuck no. This man, Aljamain Sterling's been fighting fucking midgets. One-arm TJ fucking Dillashaw, 125 Henry Cejudo. Give me fucking Movsar Evloev all fucking day. Fuck the rest. I don't give a fuck. Movsar Evloev, baby. It's a smash spot. Fuck y'all. Pussies.
I want to take Aljo, but your rant is making me.
I fucking knew you were going to. I felt it in my soul. But
it's just more so that I don't feel. Of course, I think Movsar Evloev has, what it takes. He probably win a decision. I don't know if he's going to submit Aljamain Sterling. I do think the line. To me, the line seems a little bit wide. I feel like Aljamain Sterling at plus 240 is. Do I think he's going to win? No, but do I think he has a chance? It's hard to say, honestly.
How does he win?
Just off vibes alone.
How does he win? What is the scenario that he wins? He has to. The way Aljamain Sterling wins fights is long front kicks and teep kicks and finding his way to the back. I don't see Movsar letting this guy, the smaller man, maybe the more athletic man, but the smaller man find his way to the back. And if they stand, I'm telling you, Movsar has way more devastating punching power than people give him credit for. Motherfuckers look like they go through a buzzsaw after they fight this fucking guy. Like, legitimately, if Dan Ige, who's known as a lot of people at Fight Ready talk about how Dan Ige is like one of the strongest defensive grapplers they grappled against. Motherfucker, Dan Ige couldn't do jack shit to this guy. Arnold Allen had good moments, but Arnold Allen I rate extremely higher compared to Aljamain Sterling. I understand Aljamain Sterling was a champion at a smaller division, but Aljamain Sterling's win conditions don't match. When they say styles make fights, this style does not make the fight. I don't think he's going to be able to stand with him. I don't think he's going to be able to take his back. This could be like my Sean Strickland, Israel Adesanya call, where I said you're literally just donating money. I could look dumb as fuck if Aljamain Sterling wins this fight 29-28, or even worse, chokes this motherfucker out. I could look like a fucking idiot, but I'm willing to stand on this hill and say that I think Movsar Evloev probably makes this fight look easy. I'll die on that hill.
I'm mostly just, I agree with most of what you're saying, but I'm just going solely off of vibes, and I'll probably, just for the heck of it, I'm going to pick Aljamain Sterling in hopes that he can make a run. Do I think he's going to make it? If he somehow does get past Movsar, what's next for him? I don't think he's going to be touching gold at 145 regardless. And I do want to see Movsar Evloev. I want to see him fight Ilia Topuria if he gets to Volk and then Topuria, or Volk and then Lopez. I think it'd be nice for Ilia to get Volk twice, Max, Lopez, and then an undefeated fighter on Movsar Evloev under his belt. And then in a year and a half, we'll see Gene Silva come up. So either one of these guys would be good for the resume of Ilia Topuria. I don't think. I'm excited for this fight. I'm rooting for Aljamain Sterling. I'll just put it that way. I'm rooting for Aljamain Sterling. And do I think he's going to win? Probably not. I give him a little bit more of a chance than the books say, I guess. Maybe it's properly lined, but it is what it is. I just hope it's exciting. I hope we get to see some good scrambles, and I'm probably just going to be eating my popcorn and watching this one.
Well, we got Themba Gorimbo versus Vicente Luque. Themba's been looking great. I understand. Good wrestler, good pace and pressure. Out of nowhere, he's probably on that EPO juice. And Vicente Luque has been looking like dog shit. Brain bleed, scared to fight, hesitant. But God damn it, I've ridden with Vicente Luque since day one. The only time I've ever bet against him was against Wonderboy Thompson because that's a horrible stylistic matchup. And I'm not stopping now. Give me motherfucking the silent assassin Vicente Luque at plus 130. Fuck the world. Darce choke special incoming, motherfuckers. Watch out for my boy Luque. Old school Luque is back. He's coming to bang it out. We're talking to Luque that fought Mike Perry. Y'all remember that Luque? I remember that Luque. He's coming to bang this shit out, baby. Vicente Luque, fuck the world. Plus 130. Bang it.
Yeah, the only cause for concern, man, is he's taken a lot of damage. And Themba Gorimbo hasn't really – the thing about Themba, he is older than Vicente Luque, if I'm not mistaken. But he has taken significantly less damage. And that is a huge cause for concern. I was hoping Vicente Luque would be more like a plus 210. And that would be like, ooh, okay. Because I do think Vicente Luque is the better fighter. But when he got rocked by Joaquin Buckley and he kind of just – it looked like he kind of just gave up a little bit. Like he was afraid to receive more damage. If Themba can – he has power. He's not the most technical fighter, but if he is able to rock Vicente Luque, who's to say he's not going to do that again and shell up or just get controlled somehow? I mean, I'm nervous for Vicente Luque. And I think he's a better fighter? Yeah. But what happens if he gets caught with a clean shot? That's the question for me.
So Themba Gorimbo lost to AJ Fletcher. LOL. Just makes me laugh so much. And then his win streak since then, Takashi Soto, Rahim Brahimaj, Nico Price, and Pete Rodriguez. Holy fuck, what a garbage-ass 4-fight win streak to put someone a favorite against Vicente, the fucking silent assassin, Killer Luque, who's only one win removed against RDA. Fuck the world, Vicente Luque, dog money.
I'm with you. I hope he wins. I mean, I like Themba's story, but I love Luque as well.
Even Patrick's on the same page with me. Give me Luque dog money all fucking day, baby. This next fight is hilarious. It's hilarious. Dominic Reyes versus Anthony Smith. Dominic Reyes minus 345 to Anthony Smith plus 275. Betting on this fight, if you bet on this fight, call the hotline. Do it. Fucking do it. If you bet on this fight, you deserve to lose every dollar you own. Call the hotline. Fuck you, period.
I have
Betting
one.
on this fight is so volatile. It's hilarious. If you're not betting the fight to go the distance for shits and giggles, that's the only bet to call on this one. I don't even want to talk about this fight. One, this fight sucks to me. Okay, someone's gonna drastically go out, and it's gonna be comical. Whether that's Anthony Smith finding a way to survive getting his ass whooped and subbing this man Dominic Reyes from gassing out, or Dominic Reyes sends this man to the fucking shadow realm. This fight's going to be comical regardless. This is the two retards fighting meme to me personally.
It's not even, for me, it's not even close, bro. Dominic Reyes is going to finish Anthony Smith via knockout. I guarantee it.
Hey, I put no respect on your boy Pete's name. He may be from Tucson. Dude's one of the worst fighters, period. Should have never been signed to a UFC roster, period.
But yeah, Dominic Reyes by knockout. I think that's easy.
You know what? I'm going to go Anthony Smith. Smith
bro.
Just because I want to go against you guys.
I want to
go against you guys, bro.
Biggest Anthony Smith.
If you bet on this fight, call the number.
That
includes you, Mike. That includes you, TJ. That includes me, myself. That includes you, Patrick.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm the biggest Anthony Smith fan. I've always been the biggest Anthony Smith defender. But at this point, he's just not good. The way he looked against Roman Dolidze, first of all, he's not submitting Dominic Reyes. He's not even going to take Dominic Reyes down. He's going to get smoked on the feet. I guarantee he gets finished. I love Anthony Smith. And I bet him against, what's that one dude? Vitor Petrino. I knew Anthony Smith was going to win that fight. I even bet him against Khalil Roundtree because I'm an idiot. But I'm telling you, in this fight, he's getting put out. Dominic Reyes is not that far removed from his prime. He's gotten knocked out many times in a row.
He's not that far removed from his fucking prime. 4-fight L streak where he gets dominant
against Dustin Jacoby. He knocked Dustin Jacoby out in the first round.
I called that. Jacoby, low volume ass Dustin.
He's a kickboxer. He's a pro kickboxer.
Fucking Justin Jacoby.
And he beat Khalil Roundtree. Dustin Jacoby beat Khalil Roundtree.
Violently finished 3 times in a row.
Dustin Jacoby beat Khalil Roundtree
3 times in a row.
Dustin Jacoby beat Khalil Roundtree.
Not according to the.
Everyone who watched it knows it's a robbery. Khalil Roundtree's not good either.
I thought Justin Kobe did win that fight. I agree.
Anthony Smith
not according to the records.
Smoked. Anthony Smith is getting smoked. I love him, but his time is over. Dominic Reyes is going to put him out, and he's going to put him out easily.
Doesn't matter. If you bet on this fight, you're a retard. Period.
What if Dom Reyes by knockouts plus 500?
It won't be. It won't be. It will be minus 150. And for anyone to bet on a prop that's an even money, it won't be.
That's true. If it's minus money, it's not worth it.
No, I'm not betting on it because you're TJ saying bet on it, you two. This isn't the Mike versus Nick pick because I'm not screaming to the rooftops for Anthony Smith. This isn't the Mike versus Nick pick. The thing is, I'm just saying if you bet on this fight, you're a retard. Doesn't matter who you are. That's not a knock at Mike, not a knock at anyone. That's just period. This is like the most volatile fight ever. I'm not betting anything on it. That's my point. Putting money on either Dominic Reyes or Anthony Smith is crazy to me. Like at this point in either of their careers, it's crazy to me. And it's funny to me too, because when you look at their records, like both been getting, finished and killed and things of that nature. What do you think the line? What do you think the line's going to be for this fight go the distance, Mike? To go the distance.
For Anthony Smith and Dom Reyes?
Yeah.
Minus 180.
To go the distance?
Yeah, I have a feeling I feel like they're gonna mark it wrong.
I love you, bro, but you truly don't bet enough if you think that this is gonna be even money to go the distance.
It's not out yet.
There's not a fucking chance in God's green fucking. Okay, good. So you just misheard me. Yeah, to go the distance. It
was just occurring to me the over.
Oh, yeah, the over I could see being some weird shit, but to go the distance, we're gonna get plus money. We're gonna get it's gonna be comical, bro. Oh man. All right. I'm sorry for ranting so much. That wasn't towards you. This fight just made me chuckle. The minute I saw it, I said, God, this is one of
We're just going back and forth there for a second.
I love you, Phil. All right, y'all. Let's get to the next one. I'm gonna stop freaking out so much because it was just funny. God, this next fight is so fucking fun. This is a good ass card, bro.
I know, bro.
Good ass card. Doohoo Choi versus Nate Landwehr. No way this fight's not just incredible. Just no way this fight's just not incredible, right? Nate Landwehr at -1. I agree. I think this could be my fight of the night prediction. Nate Landwehr at -142 versus Doohoo Choi at +120. Give me some Choi at dog money, baby. Give me some Choi at dog money, baby. Jared Cannonier versus Gregory Rodriguez in the work. Oh, how the King Gorilla has fallen. Oh, I love you, Jared Cannonier. When you guys get there, please tell me what you think the Gracie family has on Dana for Croden to be on the main card once again. Oh, we'll get there, brother. We'll get there.
Yeah, I got some takes on that. Fight.
Yeah, bro. I like Doohoo Choi as a slight dog here. This is kind of playing Now, hear me out on this. Nate Landwehr has incredible high pace and cardio, will never die on himself, but God, he does get touched up and boxed too much. And I thought Doohoo Choi looked really good against Kyle Nelson, and I thought he looked incredible against Billy Algeo. His boxing looked sharp, his chin looked crisp, his distant management looked great. If he looks even a semblance of how he did against Billy Algeo, I think we're going to be standing here blown away by how good Doohoo Choi looks. I can see Doohoo Choi boxing up Nate Landwehr's ears to a clear decision, maybe even a late finish. Give me Doohoo Choi at +120. I like it a lot. Granted, let me just caveat this. Nate Landwehr can push a heavy pressure and pace, and I think he has better cage wrestling than Doohoo Choi does. But Doohoo Choi has one thing that I love, and you know how I feel about Asian fighters. Asian fighters always will fight for your money and will always have the cardio to push a pace unless you're Mr. Perfect. That broke my heart. Besides Mr. Perfect, they will always push a pace and fight with the cardio and pressure. So shout out to the Asians over there. Shout out my boy, fucking Doohoo Choi, South Korean. Give me Choi at +120. What you thinking, Big Mike? TJ agrees.
Yeah, I've been, of course, right off rip. The second I hear it, I'll always pick Nate Landwehr. But I have been having a voice telling me he's gonna finally get chinned.
Can we get a Nate the Train on 3, 2, 1? Nate the Train!
Nate the Train in the UFC, baby. I mean,
Nate the Train!
How can you not want that guy to win, man? I love listening to what he has to say. I mean, he's
know, bro. Like listening to that Tennessee accent once after he scraps is so fucking sick, bro.
He's like, I'm the roughest, toughest, fuckest mother around the way, and I can fight pretty damn good too, baby.
I can't wait for this fight, bro. Like,
yeah, something's telling me.
I can't fucking wait for this fight.
Something is telling me that Duo Choi might be the one, because obviously Nate Landwehr got put up by a knee early in his career, terrible loss from Herbert Burns. But when it's come to he was getting cracked against Jamal Emmers, he was getting cracked against David Onama, he was getting cracked against Dan Ige, and he never goes away. Some little tiny voice is telling me that Duo Choi might put him away. But
in terms he also got put out cold against was it Billy Onama or what? No, Julian Erosa. That's who it was. Julian Erosa also put him out cold too as well. Granted, Julian Erosa, even though he's chinny as hell, he cracks. He fucking cracks. But Doo Choi cracks. So
yeah, this is a tough fight. I would like to, I feel like fight to go the distance might be plus money, and I think there's a chance it goes the distance. I could see either of these guys finding a finish. I think Nate Landwehr, he's so tough, and he never quits on himself.
He's also 36 years old, which
but Doo Choi is probably 34.
He's 30. Doo Choi is 33. That I know because of his service. He's a little bit young,
man. They get robbed of their prime.
Well, the thing about Doo Choi is, man, I think it worked out in his favor, bro, because he got cracked really bad against Jeremy Stevens and really bad against Charles Jourdain. Then he got some time off to, recoup and heal a little bit, maybe work on his defense, because necessarily your chin and brain doesn't necessarily get better or doesn't heal, but maybe your ability to take a shot becomes a little bit more resistant. I like Doo Choi, man. This fight is as good as it gets, bro. Even if you fucking bet on it, TJ, you shouldn't bet heavy this fight just so you can enjoy the violence. There are very few fights on planet Earth that you can sit down with your buddy that doesn't know about MMA and you can tell him, I can guarantee you this fight will bang. Here, let's name a few of those fights, shall we? Anything that involves Justin Gaethje or Dustin Poirier, you're going to get a banger like that.
Doo Choi had one of them himself.
Doo Choi is another amazing example. And then when you put Nate Landwehr, another amazing example. Now, when you put them together, oh, fuck out of here, bro. That's ions clashing in another realm. It's different.
It's going to be fireworks. I'm super excited about this fight.
It's going to be incredible, man. Yeah. Now, let's talk about the fight that not many people are excited for. Kron Gracie versus Bryce Mitchell. You have Gi Grappler guard pulling Kron Gracie. Think about that. The Gi grappling, guard pulling, butt scooting Kron Gracie versus Bryce Mitchell, who has really solid cage wrestling. And bro, Bryce Mitchell has good fucking jiu-jitsu himself. Heavy pressure, heavy pace, heavy style. Bryce Mitchell's going to go into this motherfucker's guard, isn't he? He is. Bryce Mitchell's going to get on top somehow, isn't he?
Yeah, I had a bad feeling that he's going to. I mean, I think
Bryce going to finish Kron Gracie, isn't he?
I have a feeling Bryce Mitchell is going to. I think Bryce Mitchell could do some gnarly things to him, but I feel like the only thing that makes me nervous is Bryce Mitchell might put himself into danger with like a legit grappler. I mean, Bryce Mitchell's legit in his own regard as well, but I do think he could find himself in some danger if he plays into that game of Kron Gracie. Even though Kron Gracie sucks, I think Bryce Mitchell could knock him out on the feet, honestly. But at the same time, I feel like he's going to grapple, and then at that point, it becomes a little bit more of a toss-up than we think.
Did you see what the odds on this fight were? Real quick, by the way, Doo Choi double chance finish over Nate Landwehr is plus 250, by the way. Just want to say that. Love that. Him by knockout or decision, plus 150. Love that, by the way. Did you see Bryce Mitchell's fucking odds? He's a minus 750, bro. Him by decision is minus 200. Him by submission is plus 400. Him by knockout, plus 500. Kron Gracie by the submission, plus 1,200. No doubt worth a sprinkle right there, because that's his only win condition. And Bryce Mitchell will definitely jump into it.
That is crazy.
So the two ways I'm going to play this fight, this is my double chance special. This is what I gave away for the Paul Craig Bo Nickel fight. How I gave everybody Bo Nickel by decision or Paul Craig by submission. We're going to take Bryce Mitchell by knockout plus 500 because I think he finds his way on top and I think he ground and pounds him and finishes him. That's what I think does happen. And we're going to double play with Kron Gracie by submission at plus 1,200. That's how we're doing it, boys. Because Bryce Mitchell will play this fucking game because he's a dumbass American. America, baby. Let's fucking go, Bryce. Bryce Mitchell by knockout plus 500. Kron Gracie by submission plus 1,200. Moving on to the next one.
Hey, shout out John Dong though. What's up?
What up, John Dong? Dong
Wrench.
Jong? Wrench man? You got Cyril Gane versus Alexander Volkov, and this may be my favorite dog of the week. Cyril Gane is a minus 375. Alex Volkov is a plus 295. Baby, give me Alex Volkov, baby. Give me the new and improved Alex Volkov, baby. Give me left-hand Volkov, baby. Give me left-hand low inside leg kick Volkov, baby. Give me gonna be on his bike moving too much Cyril Gane and gonna get swept Volkov, baby. Give me down to wrestle Volkov, baby. Give me motherfucking 3-1 underdog Alexander Volkov, baby.
I'm about it. I've been wanting to pick him all week, and you just made me want to pick him even more because I love Alexander Volkov. That is my guy. And Cyril Gane, although he is massive and he is fast and he is agile and quick on his feet, I feel like, I mean, Volkov is so good, bro. And that 35-year-old,
and he's getting better with time.
Yeah,
that's
and the bigger
way
weights.
he improves every fight. His boxing's improving. He's leading him with kicks. TJ just said it. That's why I said, give me now wrestling Volkov. Volkov can mix in some wrestling.
Let me get an Ezekiel choke.
Give me the motherfucker Volkov, bro.
3-1 though. A plus 300. How can you
You're
not?
telling me we're gonna cash out on Volkov 2 fights as a 2-1 underdog in a row, bare minimum? Remember against Sergey, 2-1 underdog, baby. Cash the fuck out, baby.
We hammered that one all day.
Baby.
That was all day against Sergey. Do you know how many people were telling me, bro, Sergey's gonna starch him? I'm like, nah, bro. He's going to get out techniqued. And the thing about Cyril Gane is he's a very good striker as well. I think it's going to be a close fight, but I do think if Alexander Volkov is able to implement his wrestling and his grappling, I feel like he can I don't want to say make it look easy, but I think he could take 2 rounds for sure.
We have seen some true deficiencies in Cyril Gane's grappling, bro. Like, not saying it to make it look easy, but in the sense that he absolutely could turn on the clock and make it look relatively easy.
I'm hyped. Some of the chat are on Volkov as well. I thought I was going to be the only person picking Volkov. I was right as you were starting to talk about it. I was like, oh my God, Nick's going to kirk on me for picking Volkov. And I'm so happy you're with me again. Because remember last time out, Volkov hit him live, hit him pre-fight.
Gracie, some cult shit, Elias. Some straight cult shit, dog.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention what Patrick said with the Gracie fight. He's on 2-fight losing streak and gets a ranked opponent, and then you got Gene Silva, who's 3-0, who's fighting fucking Melsik Bagdasaryan, who is good, but I think that's a little bit weird matchmaking. But yeah, let's go.
It's extremely weird matchmaking. So we're in agreement here, baby. We're going Volkov 3-1 dog. Now, this is hilarious because I swear I'm not dog chasing. Ian Garry versus Shavkat Rakhmonov time.
Are we already there? Holy crap.
We're already there. 5-round fight for the interim title. First of all, I want to say the over 3.5 is a very interesting, sneaky line because if you like Shavkat, probably goes under the 3.5. If you like Ian Garry, it probably goes over the 3.5. All right. Here are my thoughts, guys. Shavkat Rakhmonov's offensive jiu-jitsu is incredible. He's an opportunistic grappler, opportunistic striker. But I'm not going to act like Shavkat Rakhmonov's this crazy high-level wrestler, and he didn't have issues getting Wonder Boy down. Didn't have issues getting Jeff Neal down. It was getting pinged up by Jeff Neal. Give me Ian Garry, guys, at 3-1 odds. Give me fucking Ian Garry, who's going to move and skirt along the cage. Good movement. Probably tags him on the feet. And if he can keep it standing and keep his ass from getting subbed, give me Ian Garry 48-47 decision, boys. Give me Ian Garry 3-1 odds. This is playing the number. Elias thinks that Shavkat finishes the boy. I have a feeling I know where you're going with this one, but I'm not going to judge just yet. What you got for me, Big Mike? Because Nick, Ian Garry.
Dude, I've been screaming from the mountaintops. You can look back a year ago, maybe more, of me talking about how Ian Garry will beat Shavkat. I thought it then. I think it now. I don't take any stock away from Ian Garry after the MVP fight or the Jeff Neal fight. Yeah, it wasn't the most entertaining thing in the world, but Ian Garry has such a beautiful mind for the sport. And I feel like in terms of game planning, he's going to come in there as prepared as he can possibly be. He's young. He's also undefeated. Yes, Shavkat wins every fight. And usually, well, not usually, he has 100% finish rate. He's very violent. He implements a strong game plan. He he's dominant. But what Ian Garry does, although is not as exciting, he's pretty much equally as dominant. Like, okay, yeah, the fight with Jeff Neal wasn't crazy, but what did Jeff Neal do to him? He barely touched him the entire fight. And if Ian Garry can start to get that game plan off, stick, move, get Shavkat.
And Jeff Neal was pinging the fuck out of Shavkat shit.
Exactly.
Pinging his ass.
And I think Shavkat, he might get a little frustrated. Let's say Shavkat comes out pretty heavy in the first 2 rounds. Ian Garry's managing to survive, keep his distance, move around. By round 3, round 4, I feel like Shavkat's going to be a little bit frustrated if he's not able to get the early finish. And that's when Ian Garry's really going to start to excel. Ian Garry called it earlier today on Ariel Helwani. He said, by the 3rd or 4th round, he's going to really start applying the pressure, and that's when he's going to do the most damage. And I agree with him, dude. I mean, say what you want about Ian Garry, but as a fighter, I enjoy him. And I think that he's very smart. I think he's very skilled. And, training with those shoot the box guys, he goes around the world as well. His grappling is underrated. I like Ian Garry here, especially at 3-1. See, that's what sticks out to me, but I like him regardless.
It comes down to my favorite thing that I love saying. How many times have our viewers heard me use it? You play the number. You play the number. You play the number. Now let's talk about the fucking numbers. Talking plus 295 on Ian Garry. We could have got him at plus 400. If we would have been jumping on the ball, we could have got him at plus 400 way earlier in the week or 2 weeks ago. Shavkat by submission, plus 180. Shavkat by knockout, plus 240. Shavkat by decision, plus 270. You're telling me you can get Ian Garry by decision at plus 650 or Ian Garry by knockout at plus 600? You're telling me Ian Garry outright at plus 300 or Ian Garry by decision or knockout at plus 310? Stop it. That's playing the fucking number. 2 undefeated prospects. I understand if they stay standing, I will take Ian Garry to win in a pure kickboxing match outright. In an MMA fight, yes, Shavkat Rakhmonov should be the favorite. He absolutely should not be a 3-1 favorite with over 78 implied odds. There is no fucking way you give this guy an 80% chance to win every single time. Fuck that. Give me the cuck. Give me Ian Machado Garry. Give me the purple shorts.
I'll take Garry. I'll take Garry at plus 120 and to see him at plus 300.
Quite frankly, I would take Garry all the way up to about a plus 150 myself, to be honest with you. Honestly, I'd probably take him to even money. I'm not even going to lie to myself. If we got even money on this odds, I still would look at this fight the same way. I think it's a 50-50 fight. I don't think it's a swayed fight, bro. I think it's a true 50-50 fight.
I agree.
So there are way too many dogs. If I chase Bank, Ian Garry, Kai, Volkov. Whoa, Elias, you're jumping the motherfucking gun, bub. We ain't talked about Kai yet. All right. Let's pump the brakes. And let's keep it moving. Now let's get to Kai Asakura versus Alexandre Pantoja. Man, giving Kai Asakura his first fight at 125 in ages. The saddest thing ever is that we never had the spot to fade Garry.
I mean, yeah, you can't fade him if he's a big-ass underdog.
You literally can't. Like, there's no fucking way. I mean, I guess MVP was probably your best chance, right? Damn near even money fight, but I also felt like MVP was a little bit long in the tooth, and I thought it was going to be Ian Garry show anyway, so I felt pretty good about that one. But the MVP was the closest shot we had to fading him. Man, Pantoja versus Kai Asakura, man. Kai Asakura hasn't fought at 125 in ages. Completely new rule set here. No soccer kicks allowed over here. He looks good. And, it's like I said earlier with the Asians. I can't go back on it. They're always going to be well cardioed and well conditioned. We know he's going to come into this fight prepared. But Pantoja just does something to me, man. The way that he fights through every inkling of looks like him gassing out. He always wins the 5th rounds in his title fights. High-level competition. He's absolutely dominant versus the UFC top 10 right now. His win against Brandon Royval, I hold in extreme high regard. Brandon Moreno, extreme high regard. Like, his Brandon Royval win, I hold extremely high. And Kai Asakura is going to make this a striking match. If this turns into a grappling match, Pantoja has better scrambling, better grappling, better back control, better cardio and pace. And on top of that, we don't know how good Kai Asakura is going to look in terms of his cardio and conditioning. So the way I would play this fight myself is I would take Kai Asakura by finish at double chance to start off the fight. Because Kai Asakura at double chance is plus 350. I would watch how this fight goes. And after round 2, if it seems like Kai Asakura is sucking any sort of win, I would trust that Pantoja is going to get the W, and I would take Pantoja live. So in a proper Nick bet and stance, I will take Kyle Asakura double chance finish before the fight starts. And then as the fight goes on live, if it looks like he's going to suck any win because I am worried about that weight cut, I'm going to take Pantoja live. Mike, how you playing it?
Well, funny, I was watching the first embedded episode yesterday, and Kai Asakura was doing he was like, oh yeah, my weight's on. My nutritionist said I can have one cheat day. So they were out at a Japanese spot that they like, and he was eating some food. So I know your eyes have concern, but for some reason it was like, oh, his weight's that good. His weight cut's going that easily. And like they said about Ian Garry, like the matchmaker said about Ian Garry, I've been looking to fade Pantoja. I did it in his last fight. I did it in the one before it. So I'm definitely going to do it now because Kai Asakura is a dangerous striker. I mean, we've seen those. I mean, obviously it is a different rule set, but I feel like he's very dangerous. I feel like in the striking, at least, he's the one with the finishing upside. And, we saw that video of him stuffing Merab's takedowns over and over again. He looked great. Obviously, Merab is not Pantoja. Merab gets stuffed by most guys he fights. And Pantoja's a bit more crafty there in the wrestling and grappling department. But I do want to, fuck, man. We just went Volkov, Garry, and Kai. Can you imagine if all three of those dogs come through, the odds on that parlay? I mean, obviously it'd be safer to play them straight because chances are not all three dogs are going to win. But something is telling me Kai Asakura is going to come in here, immediate title shot in his UFC debut, and he's going to show up. I mean, I know the UFC is sitting there like, come on, man. We need the views because he gets views, man. He has a massive following worldwide. And
his win against Kyoji Horiguchi is impressive, but I was really impressed by his Juan Archuleta win. I'm a big Juan Archuleta guy. As everyone knows, I'm a huge Bellator guy. Bellator is my favorite promotion. Hashtag Bellator never dies. Keep it going, boys. So him storching Juan Archuleta the way he did, which does worry me because Pantoja does run in a straight line without his head off the center, just like Juan Archuleta does. By the way, if you were to do the 3-dog parlay with Ian Garry, Volkov, and Kai Asakura, plus 5,000 odds.
Jeez,
plus 5,000 fucking odds, bro. That's beautiful. Like jaw-dropping. I'm going to play Kai Asakura by finish because I think if he does win, I think he finishes him early. I think the size, the range, and the power is definitely going to be a problem for Pantoja because that is the one thing undeniably that Pantoja hasn't dealt with at this level yet. Is the size of Kai Asakura and the power. Because Brandon Moreno is not a power puncher. Brandon Royval is not a power puncher. Kai Kara-France, a little bit more of a power puncher, but doesn't have the size and the ass to back it up because Kai Asakura always claim to be on weight until they aren't. I know firsthand, one of my boys, CJ Vergara, is always on weight. Oh, my God. Good old CJ. I love betting on CJ, though, live because he dies after the first round. And if his opponent's even breathing anything, I love betting CJ Vergara live because he's going to push a pace. I don't like Garry, but I plus 5,000 just because that's good money. I mean, bro, if you're not a big time gambler, it's worth fucking $10. $10 to win $500 at 3 dog shots dog shots of odds that don't make sense. I'm telling you, Volkov should absolutely not be a 3-1 underdog to fucking Cyril Gane. Ian Garry absolutely should not be into 3-1 underdog. Kai Asakura, we don't know yet. These odds are based off what we fucking don't know for the main event, which is crazy to me. It's not based off what we do know. It's what we don't know. So, I don't know. There's a lot of money to be made this card. It's kind of making me bothering because I'm going to the boxing fights this weekend. So I'm going to be watching boxing. So I'm not going to be able to watch this card. So.
What fight are you watching?
It's Manuel Navarrete versus Oscar Valdez 2. Then you have Roxy Ramirez versus Rafael Espinoza. And then my boy Landolfo Delgado, who's a 25-0 Mexican prospect at 126. Fucking killer, bro. He's fighting some cat too. I'd really love to see that guy fight Nick Ball one day. You know me, a huge boxing fan. Anyone that knows, like, I love boxing, man. And I saw this fight card and Emmanuel Navarrete versus Oscar Valdez. If anyone listening cares to watch a little bit of boxing, go on YouTube and look up that fight. That is a classic, instant classic boxing match. 12-round Mexican fucking war. Ended with one Mexican with a broken right hand and the other one with a broken right orbital. So if that doesn't tell you everything you need to know, I don't know what does. And if you guys want a little boxing play for it, by the way, Oscar Valdez is a plus 200. I like the way he was figuring out Emmanuel Navarrete and his awkward movement in the later stages of that fight. And I think if he doesn't bust his orbital earlier in this fight, I think he finds his way on the inside earlier. Give me Oscar Valdez at plus 200, boys. I love that fight. I'm really hoping to cash out live and cash out fat. So me and Mike are thinking about jumping back on for Thursday for a quick prop edition. And if we do, I'll drop my favorite boxing plays of the weekend as well.
Hell
Also,
yeah.
Liam Paro versus Hutchinson Richards.
Richardson Hutchinson would be crazy.
I swear to God, bro, his name's fucking me up. It's Richardson Hutchins. Richardson Hutchins is a plus 105 against Liam Paro. Liam Paro's a minus 125. Give me Liam Paro. Liam Paro beat up Subaru Mateus, and Subaru Mateus is the fucking boogeyman. Give me Liam Paro all day, even money. So for my boxing parlay of the weekend, I like Oscar Valdez at plus 200 and Liam Paro at minus 125. Make a little juicy plus 400 little parlay for you.
That's fire, dude. So you're going to be there in person, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to be there in person, thankfully.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It's here at the Sun Center, and the Sun Stadium's actually really good for holding and watching fights. Like, I'm always impressed when I watch fights there. So I feel like it's a pretty intimate venue. You don't feel like you're watching fucking ant scrap. So I enjoy it.
Hell yeah, dude. That's going to be a good ass time, man.
Thanks, bro. I mean, I hope so. I have faith it should be, man. I mean, watching combat sports in general live is always a pretty good fucking time.
Yeah, so. Man. It's gonna be a good time for sure. And I'm gonna be sitting at the crib. I'm probably gonna be sitting with my homie watching UFC.
My boy's gonna have his Coke Zero. Boy's gonna have his Coke Zero ready to go, brother.
You already know. I'm gonna be loaded up Coke Zero, some lime seltzers, and probably a bunch of good homemade food. My boy be chefing for the fights.
My boy said some lime seltzers. That sounds hilarious.
Hey, no more White Claws, but we do got LaCroix.
Now about LaCroix low-key does slap, bro. I'm not even going to lie. Like the limoncello flavor is one of my low-key favorites.
Dude, it's good for portion control too. Ever since I had surgery on my knee, I've been a little bit less active. So like if I'm just chilling there and we have a big meal, let me crack open a seltzer or two and slow myself down with the carbonation. So.
Night, Elias. Thanks for joining in, brother. We appreciate you.
Oh, yeah, of course. We love having you guys in the chat. It's absolutely awesome. I'm happy that the chat was with Volkov tonight. I was expecting to get crucified for that take. I'm super happy about that. So hopefully he can pull through and do his job.
I think, man, this card has a lot of money-making opportunity, man. I'm excited for it. But, yeah, man, let's do real quick. Final thoughts. Give me your final parlay real quick.
How many legs?
Give me three. Give me your three favorite picks of the fight card. I will take personally, if I'm doing what I think is like the moneymaker of the card, it's Chris Weidman, Joshua Van, Michael Chiesa, plus 511. I feel like you could hang a decent amount of money on that parlay and feel pretty good going into it.
Wait, who is it? Chris Weidman, who?
Chris Weidman, Joshua Van, and Michael Chiesa.
I like that. I like that a lot. If I'm looking, it's hard to say, man. Chris Weidman is definitely going to go in there.
I don't understand the even money on that, bro. I would play Chris Weidman up to like a minus 250 on that.
Yeah, I'm going to go Chris Weidman, Michael Chiesa, and then a lot of the other lines are pretty steep after that. So I might have to rock out and throw.
Fuck it. The Silent Assassin, Vicente Luque. Couldn't agree more.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking, but maybe I'm gonna go just because of the confidence that I've been very open about how I think Ian Garry's gonna beat Shavkat for like a year. Maybe like it was probably right when they both got in the UFC. I was like, Garry's gonna beat him one of these days, man. People are like, bro, you're retarded. So if I put that's too juicy. Chris Weidman, Michael Chiesa, Ian Garry plus 1341. I don't want to go that crazy. I'm gonna just put Brian Battle instead as a safer pick, even though I'm nervous about him. But Chris Weidman, Michael Chiesa, Brian Battle sitting at plus 427. I feel like it's relatively safe. I am nervous about Brian Battle. I'm very confident in Chris Weidman and Michael Chiesa. As the week has progressed, I am gaining more confidence in him, and the confidence in Max Payne Griffin is dwindling. I feel like I don't know why I was so set. Oh yeah, Griffin easy, and now I'm like, I just don't think so. Tim Means was out grappling him.
I feel exactly that's a big and. Michael Chiesa has a better body size, way better wrestling. Michael Chiesa can actually get to the fight to the ground too. He doesn't have to have some fluky shit happen for it to get to the fight to the ground. Michael Chiesa has the actual wrestling to get it there. So.
Yeah, and Max Griffin's not going to pull out a slick Darce. That's something that we can almost guarantee is that he's not going to be able to have that.
This isn't the Vicente Luque show all over again.
Or the Kevin Holland. He's susceptible to those, but I don't think Max Griffin has it.
Well, I mean, Luque and Colin Max Griffin does have stupid long arms, but I've just never seen him do it before. So kind of hard to imagine that he's actually going to do it in this term. So
yeah, I doubt it.
But hey, y'all, we appreciate you guys joining in for another successful episode of Mike versus Nick. We miss having you guys, man. I just like chopping it up with you, Mike. I like chopping it up with the comments. Anytime you guys can join in, it's a lot of love. So I didn't even know Chiesa wrestled at ASU, bro. And bear the fuck down, Patrick. You already know what time it is. Bear the fuck down. But fucking, I didn't even know he wrestled at ASU, to be honest, which makes me like him way better. I knew he had a good wrestling background, but ASU is like one of the better wrestling schools back when it was the Pac-10 and Pac-12. So I'll ride with that all day. So
let's go, baby.
All right, y'all. So remember, like, share, comment, subscribe, no matter where you're at. If you joined in today, nothing but love. Feel free to holler at me. It's at Nick Saban, NICCSABAN on X. If you're on Instagram, it's at Nicholas Clark, 3 underscores, NICHOLASCLARK, 3 underscores. Feel free to slide in my DMs. I'll be more than happy to discuss bets, send you any picks that I'm taking this weekend. What you got to say, Mike?
Shoot, much love to everybody. We love having you guys in the chat. Of course, like Nick said, double down, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. And like we had said earlier, Thursday night, we'd like to come back on, do a, final picks and props, favorite props of the night. So we'll get a little bit more time to look into it and then come back with our final picks on Thursday evening just to get another live out. Until then, of course, we're chilling. Enjoy the fights, do your own research, bet responsibly. You already know UFC 310 is going to be a banger. So I'm excited to, I can't wait to watch it.
This card's fucking incredible. Top to bottom, this is a great card. I'll take the Kron Gracie shitty ass main event fight because of how good this card is. But yeah, much love. Make sure to check out Mike's new interview with
Roy Echevarria.
Shout out to our boy Roy Echevarria. I wonder if the homies call him Cheaty, because over here in Arizona, if we see Echevarria, you're a fucking cheaty to us. Much love, y'all. Peace.
Peace, guys.